Whoa, shit, look at that. Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Katt Mousanz. Today I want to review a camera lens for you guys. This lens is a Canon 50mm prime lens. Let's go right into it. This lens was actually on my list of lenses I wanted to buy for a long time. The reason I wanted to buy this lens was not so much because of the focal length, but mostly because of the aperture. So this lens has an aperture of 1.8 f-stop, which means it's really good for night photography. You also get a lot of bokeh on the background. Bokeh? Bokeh? Bokeh. I don't know how you call it. You just get a bunch of blur on the background, which is pretty cool. Going a little bit technical and stuff here, this lens doesn't have a stabilizer option, only has the autofocus and the manual focus. But to be honest, for the price and the quality of the lens, I would say it's still a pretty good deal. I mean, if you want to get this lens new, it's going to cost you about $125, which for me it's pretty decent for a camera lens that has this aperture. I was very lucky because I got this on Facebook Marketplace. I found a lady selling it for 50 bucks. So as soon as I saw that, I was like all over it. So yeah, I got it, I tried it, and I immediately fell in love with it. Enough chit chat. I'm gonna be testing it for pictures and for video. So let's go. So far, I've only had this for about a week, and I can tell you that for pictures, this has worked perfectly. I have no issues for pictures. The lens itself seems to be perfectly balanced.
This whole thing should be.
So if you want to take pictures, like 1, 2, 3 pictures, and then just move to a different spot, that's pretty good for that. You don't have to struggle a lot to read the location for the lens to be able to handle it. I don't know if that even makes sense. That aside, when I was testing this for video, it was still pretty good. It holds up for video, especially at night as well. But since it doesn't have a stabilizer, it might ting a little bit. Not too much. It's not very notorious. Like, you cannot really tell unless you're paying attention. For me, I do pay attention to that. But honestly, for the price, again, it's really good. And it's pretty portable. If you put it this way, I'm pretty sure an iPhone or a Samsung or whatever is going to be a little bit bigger than this, especially the iPhone XS Max or Plus, whatever, how they call it. I don't know, those phones are getting larger. But this is a good size, just fun size, pocket size. Overall, like I said, I've only been with this lens for a week, but I think I'm starting to fall in love with it. My to-go lens, I think, is still gonna be my 1855, but this is a close second, to be honest. And for everyone getting into photography, for anyone trying to expand their palette of like what kind of lenses you can use and stuff, I would say this is a pretty good first addition to your collection apart from the standard lens. Then you can start moving to something different. I think maybe after getting this, I might want to get a fisheye lens, but honestly, this is pretty good. My assessment for this lens is that it's a pretty solid lens for its cost. It doesn't seem cheap, even though it is cheap. I don't want to get too technical and all this stuff because my review is more focused on the field testing and what kind of outcome you can get out of this lens rather than the specifics, like technical specifics. I definitely recommend this lens. Definitely. And the brand, I mean, it's Canon. Canon lenses are pretty good. Of course, there's better brands like Tokina or whatever, but Canon lenses are pretty solid. So like I said, if you're an amateur, semi-pro, I could see this little thingy and of course these two thingies creating really good photographs. That's my review of the Canon lens. If you like this video, let me know in the comments below. Let me know which lens would you like me to review after this. What's your favorite lens? And maybe I'll review it. I mean, if I get my hands on it, I can review it. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see my work as a photographer, go check out my Instagram at Mousanz Photo. You're gonna find a bunch of my portrait work. Apart from photography, I do a bunch of stuff like music, like films, like writing books and all that kind of stuff. If you're into any of that, feel free to check out my main Instagram profile, which is Mousanz, or just go to my main website, mousanz.com. You're gonna find a bunch of interesting stuff there. Feel free to check out my Facebook, my Twitter, my YouTube, my everything. Thanks again for watching, guys. Till the next one.